Hey manifestors, Meera Allen with your Manifesting Destiny Moon update in this Good Morning Sunshine. We are coming to the last full supermoon for the year in Gemini, that communicative space. And happy birthday for all the Sagittarians. And we've got this full moon in Gemini. Let's get into the times before I run ahead of myself today, because Gemini is all about communication. I want to get clear. 11:14 p.m. for London on the 4th is the full moon. 6:14 p.m. on the 4th for New York City. Most of Europe will be 12:14 a.m. on the 5th. Brisbane, Australia, 9:14 a.m. on the 5th. So this particular full moon in Gemini, the last supermoon for the year, it is the twins. It is what has been reflecting you. It is what is being reflected back. Also, what we choose to do with our mind and our heart to our minds. So this full moon in Gemini, really look at how you've been communicating within the self and how you've been communicating with others, bringing a sense of understanding of how others reflect you and being blinded by this sunlight. I hope you all can see me in here. I'm not whited out. How you can be reflected in others, how you give yourself a chance to communicate within, how every single thing we're doing in our lives, everything from our intentions to our thoughts and especially to our words, are communicating everything through the quantum field in our reality, and that's how we manifest our destinies. I made sure before this particular video, my water bottle says Manifesting Destiny, and every time I drink from this water bottle, I have that intention of whatever I want to manifest is being drunk into my body at a cellular level. So the quantum field works. Please look up Dr. Emoto for those works. I mentioned that in my last video as well. It's coming through quite strong lately. So thank you to that Japanese scientist, Dr. Emoto, that studied what happens from the power of thought to water, and they froze that the water that had these thoughts and intentions put it onto them, looked at a microscope and saw the different crystalline patterns that were formed from words like love, and they looked amazing. Thank you looks like this opening flower, and then words like hate and disgust and negative words, the crystallines were all damaged and they didn't have these beautiful geometric shapes. So sacred geometry, that's a whole nother path. The point of that is everything that we are thinking, everything that we are speaking, and everything that we are intending and doing have a communication, whether we like it or not, whether it's conscious or into our subconscious. So this is something that we really want to look at this particular full moon in Gemini. I'm going to read through Yasmin Boland's this one here. Her card says, for the full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. So just have a look at that. The answers you need are coming. It is a time to speak the truth. A reminder that your words have consequences and impact the listener. Right now, guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue that you could be facing will be resolved with a few conversations. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. It's always fun. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message, soonest mended. It's good to talk about, but be careful you are not causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As with metaphysician Florence Scovel-Shinn, she says, your word is your wand. Love that. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. This is an important time to have deep conversations, yet stay calm. Do not be superficial. Notice if somebody is trying to flirt with you. Pay attention. You need to laugh off a situation or just move on. And job applications right now have good prospects. So they were just additional meanings. The teachings for this time are talk, 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 and talk more. As this emotional full moon moves into the communicative sign of Gemini, It's too easy to say too much. So mind how you go if you do pull the card, if you're doing a reading and pull the card, but because we're looking at it more astrologically, this is a time to enjoy social events. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. This is also a time for socializing. It augurs well for any study that you are taking or considering, because Gemini is also very mind energy, very head energy. It's the two hemispheres of the brain. It's the twin self. It's the intuitive self having a conversation with the logical self. It's the creative self speaking to the action self. So it's where our two selves can meet. It's even with others, where we're being reflected in others. What are we attracting? What are we reflecting? What do we like? What do we dislike? I've been doing a lot of pros and cons lists lately in regards to even what I need in my life, and listing energies that have positives and negatives, and really weighing things up in a very Gemini kind of way, reflecting, communicating. I've been ringing up my Gemini, very, very close friend, and having deep conversations to get clarity on things so that I can communicate those things out and get that deeper understanding from a mind level. But then we have to come back to our heart level, because remember, as a vocalist and as a vocal coach, brain and heart coherence are really important right now. What we're thinking coupled with what we're feeling comes together, and it expresses itself at its word. So what is it that you are really feeling in your heart of hearts? What is it that you're thinking and your thoughts keep ruminating on? And where do those two things meet together at your word, and your I am becomes what you manifest? I've written a 10 module course, not written, but put together a 10 module course that I've curated with videos and notes and PDFs and questions and homework, and it's an in-depth 10 module course that takes about 10 months to do, I'd say, roughly, and you spend about a month on each module. And it is all about brain and heart coherence, and using the vibration of our word and communicating that into the quantum field, into this existence of what we're in, and really communicating that out on every fundamental level of who we are, because we are vibrating in that, inside the cellular level, inside our nucleus, inside those atoms, inside the subatomic particles, inside the photonic light particles is wave, sound, frequency. We are all just energy and vibes, vibration and energy, and we are all running at different frequencies at different times in our life, at different points of the day in our lives. We're a different frequency in the evening when we go to bed. We're a different frequency first thing in the morning when the first light comes into your home. So we are running at different frequencies, and our word is our own signature to our true frequency. So if you want more information on my course, I will link that somewhere below. The Black Friday sale is still on there if you want $100 off. That's 100 Australian dollars off the course. So anyway, little plug for me, being very vocally confident with myself. So it's a time to attune this full moon with your head and your heart, with the inner, the outer, and with the people that are reflecting outside of you and inside of you. What is in your microcosm is reflected in the macro. So really look at this full moon as a time to see what's reflected and how we can communicate. How can we create a new reality? Because our inner world is being reflected in our outer world. Be very mindful of your brain and your heart coherence and the words we speak. As Florence Scovel Shinn says, your word is your wand. You know, even in the Bible, they say, first there was the word, and the word is the creation. So this creative power in our word, in our vibration, can speaketh into reality, our new existence. This is a beautiful supermoon to end the year on. So I do trust that you're having a safe and beautiful holiday season. You are socializing. You are having those deep, authentic conversations. You are bringing in the people that fill up your cup, that you feel you've got brain and heart coherence around you, and you can communicate and have your word as your wand. I'm Meera Allen. I hope you enjoy these moon updates. Please subscribe and do the bell thing. I usually only get round to 2 videos a month, so that will be new moon and full moon, and help you guide into the rhythms of our beautiful nature around us on this little earth as earthlings, and we can manifest our own destinies. Namaste.